Well, welcome back to Channel Ron. I'm going to talk about the emergency light again. Back a while ago, I had put this on the wall and snaked the wire down into a receptacle. And some of the questions I've been getting is, well, what if they don't have access to the walls? If they're renting an apartment and the landlord's not going to really want you to be snaking wires into the wall. You can have somebody else do this if the landlord will allow it. But if you want to do this on a temporary basis, I'll show you exactly how to do this, and I've done this in the past very easily just by using an old computer cord that you may have lying around. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is the light that you picked up, and again, I'll have a link down below on where to get these, and you can buy these almost anywhere. These little emergency lights. So if you look on the back here, you'll notice that there's no holes on the back here, that it doesn't necessarily have to go into a junction box. So if we remove the back cover here, it's very easily done, you'll see that all the connections are made inside this box. And we can actually take the wires that are protruding out through the back here, and if we push those all in like this, we can make all the connections right inside the box itself. And on the bottom of the this emergency light, you'll see that there's a little place where you can kind of drill out to put a snap-in plastic connector. All right, and I'll have links to this as well. So if we put that in the bottom here, then all we need to do is cut the end off this old computer cord, wire that into the back of this box, all right, and then we can either take some sheetrock screws and screw that right to the wall, which I'll probably do, or we can use some of the anchor kits that you can pick up if you're going to be using it on drywall. So what we'll do, first things first, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to drill this hole out here using a unibit. And all you got to do is just take it and just find the center and start drilling. We don't want to go bigger than what they have there. All right, and then you want to take that snap ring, just snap it in like that. All right, so when we feed that wire in there, after we've cut this, once we feed that in, that will keep that from pulling back out. All right, so now that this is all prepped and ready to go, we'll set that aside, and let's go ahead and prep our cord itself. And this is just an old computer cord. You can see these all over the place. You probably got something like this just kicking around. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut one of the ends right off. More importantly, this end, not this end, because you need this to plug into the wall. So go ahead and cut that. We don't need that. And we're going to go ahead and strip the insulation off that. So I'm going to go just kind of strip that off like that. And we're going to have a black wire, we're going to have a white wire, and a green wire. Now on this particular unit here, we do not have a place for a ground. This is a plastic unit, so we're going to just disregard that. We're going to keep it there, but we're not going to hook it into anything on this. So then all you need to do is take this and feed it into the bottom of that connector. Pull it in like that, and as you can see, you can't pull that back out. Okay, that's really snug. All right, so and then what we're going to need to do is just make our connections. This particular unit is set up so you can run it on 277. A lot of businesses have 277. We're not going to need that red wire. All we're going to need is the black, white on the unit, and then the black and white on the cables coming in. So let's go ahead and let's wire that out. I'll shorten them up a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and strip the wires back. I'm just going to cap these off just in case, you know, it pushes up against something. It shouldn't be a problem, but better safe than sorry. They're not used. All right, so there is the back plate all set to go. Just like that. And that's kind of what it's going to look like when we put it up on the wall. All right, so now we need to prep the light. And on that, what's going to happen is there's a bottom piece here that we kind of need to cut out. That's easy enough to do. We're just going to take a pair of side cutters and cut that out. Because what's going to happen is this piece here is going to take the place of this piece right here. So all we need to do is just kind of cut that out of there. There we go. So you can kind of get an idea what's happening is this wire here. It's going to kind of set in like that. It'll look like that. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to just kind of put this up on the wall here for demonstration purposes. Now inside here there are places where you can actually screw this into a plastic box. There's all kinds of holes. For that, you have to kind of punch them out. Now this is going to be the bottom here. So we want to make sure that we use the right holes. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of knock out a couple of these here. Be good right there. You don't have to get too fancy with it. And let's go ahead and mount it on the wall. I'm going to do it here just for demonstration purposes. And we'll put it up a little bit higher. I want to make sure that you can see it, so I'll put it here for now. Make sure it's level. Even though this is for demonstration, I still want to kind of make sure it's level. Looks good right there. Okay, I kind of knocked the lights down a little bit. I think we had just too much light on the background. When you get the fixture, in the directions, it's going to have you connect the battery terminal. And all it is going to have a little connection like this somewhere in there that's going to tell you just to plug that in. You're going to need to plug that in for this to work properly. So just kind of make sure that you check out the directions. And then basically all we need to do is take this fixture and put it on the mounting bracket here that we'd already screwed to the wall. So just go ahead and line that up. Should be relatively easy to do. Snap that in. Take our cord, all right, we've already got that all ready to go. Plug it in. And you should immediately see, the lights just flashed for a second there, but you should immediately see a red light telling us that it's charging. So go ahead and push that, and it's ready to go. We just tested it. There's probably enough charge in this, so if I pull the plug to simulate power loss, there we go. Our emergency light is ready to go. So I hope this answers the questions about, you know, what to do if you don't own the building. If the landlord doesn't put it in for you, you can do this. This is no different than hanging up a picture. Either sheetrock screws or using an anchor kit in sheetrock, and you should be all set to go. Well, I hope this helps, and we'll see you on the next one.